Hello, all my gorgeous soul dragons, dragon souls, soul sisters. The dragons are calling us back home, and they have come back at this specific time on this planet because we've just been through too much era of seriousness. There's no silliness. Everything is rather serious and subdued and stale and suffocated. And that's what they want me to talk about today. Their whole intro that they asked me to put forward is like I have done before when they've said zero tolerance. This is the dragons are back. They have come specifically to demonstrate and guide you how an evolving population and you as an evolving human can be living with a human soul, having a physical experience in your earthly body. We talk about this every week, how you are in this earthly body and how we can navigate our way through, break through, so that, I mean, some people call it 5D, the new paradigm, whatever you want to call it, Age of Aquarius, so that you are operating on a different level. This is when you're not thinking your way through things, but you're feeling your way through things. They go on to say that their timing is excellent and they're here at a very precise time when we're pivoting from doing things the old way of surviving and believing that we're broken and that we need saving and that we need someone else to show us the way, that we're constantly giving our power away to others in the hope that they can care for our needs. And now, as we are growing into these new ways, you are determined to come into these new ways because you know that you're just playing too small. You're having things go on in your life that are just like, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to be here if this is the case, if this is the way it's going to be. You're constantly giving your power away. You know that you need to move into the new ways of the world when the world is working for you. When you're moving forwards and the world is working out for you, you're winning with the world. It's quite well worth noting, and I'm going to say it again here because I've just been shown to do that. This has never been done before, to be able to transform you into an energy being, to make this transition, to ascend into a higher, evolved, knowing, intuitive, sensing woman, person, human, that you are spirit and that you are getting spiritually guided, that you're in touch with the heavens, you're connected between heaven and earth. In the past, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and still people used to go into the forest and meditate and get used to living in this high frequency way of doing things. This is the first time that the generations are going through, that we're evolving, that we're doing this while we're still running our businesses, while we're still raising our kids, while we're still in relationships, while we're still going to the shops and the supermarkets, while we're still driving our cars. So this has never been done before in the way that it's being done now. And it's not for the limited, exclusive people anymore. It is available for everyone, that we get to understand how powerful we are when we put things into creation. I call it the creation zone. And also how powerful we are when we just let our energy do the talking, when we have soul-to-soul communication, when all of this is what we came here to do, to evolve. Call it 5D, we're shedding the skin of the 3D. Sometimes we know about this, but we haven't allowed ourselves to feel it or actually do it. I know I've been stuck in this for, can be quite a long time, because we feel, or I feel, you feel, we all feel, I've got to still work hard. I've still got to do this. So the dragons came through to me with a particular code of conduct, like an etiquette of how we could actually get out of our own way and start doing things in a very much more soulful way, doing our soul work, having soulful relationships, creating things that are out of this world, creating from here to here, how we're flipping our consciousness and how we're doing things in a completely different way. You could have knocked me down with a feather, being a very practical, structured girl, to believe that I was talking to dragons and then I was being guided by them to create a deck of cards, to create readings for people, the vision that Source wants for them. This is all the stuff that I have been doing in the process of evolving and taking this journey with my soul. This is the most important thing that I can possibly do, and I will be doing this until the day I die. Anyway, less about me, more about you. We have 4 cards today, and as always, every single week I read out 4 cards. Whatever cards are calling you, whatever colour of the eye, whatever eye, however it's looking into your world, that's the whole purpose, is that they look into your world and they're going to say things about transforming into this new evolved version of you, and you'll hear it differently to how someone else hears it, because it's the message for you. These cards are very poignant and they're very powerful, and they're here on purpose to help you evolve, to listen to the message, to take on the resonance, to understand the vibration of what it is that you have been creating, so that you can go on to create something anew. With all that being said, I'm going to call in Raphael right now. Raphael is the silver dragon. He is so, I mean, they're all wise, but he is so wise in a particular way. He is so wise in that he's like the old school professor, your favorite professor, who just had all the patience that no one else has ever had with you before, because he so wants you to get this. He so wants you to focus, to have a lot of detail in there, and he really, really will do anything and repeat it over and over and over again until you start doing things in the way of the dragons, the code of conduct of how you can transform and evolve, and everything just starts the world starts working for you, let's put it that way. So I'm asking Raphael today, what number card is it that he would most want us to read, so that the message can come across about the fact that you are a human having a spiritual experience. Keeps flipping between 5 and 6. What are you going to settle on? Both. Wow. All right, let's see what goes on here then. Okay, exactly. Number 5, the card for today, is all about the finer details, the small print. And this is what Raphael's absolutely brilliant at. It's about bringing around you looking into the small print, looking at things that you've never really looked at before, so that you can get the detail of something. And sometimes we've just not allowed ourselves to look at something because it's not a vibration that we enjoy being in. But he's letting you feel very safe and letting you know that you can look at whatever it is you need to look at. This is card number 1. This is Raphael. He's beautiful and shiny silver. If you can imagine him as a male energy, even though dragons don't have their particular male or female, they are a mixture of both. They are harmonized. So if you can imagine him reading this to you and just feel into the energy. If you want, you can close your eyes and you can just let it be absorbed, rather than distracting yourself by looking at the screen or looking at something else. Take full responsibility of listening to the vibration of the message. Finer details, the small print. You may find yourself hooked on the big picture, looking into the future and the overall goal. It's big and exciting for sure, but you've forgotten to get into the finer details. I, Raphael, urge you to discover the finer, delicate, overlooked details of your dream reality. They drive us. They drive the collective like myself. We need you to pinpoint in on the finer details. The way I specifically work is that I get into the finer details and feelings of things. I notice and see the finer intricacies of how that can come about. Seraphina, my golden matriarch, might put the big picture out there, but without the detail, the pictures will stay incomplete and uncoloured in. If, for example, you wanted the image of your day, you can say, I want it to be a lovely day. But I ask you, in what way? Then you would say, well, I want the sun to shine, but I ask you, at what temperature? You might say, I want the sun to shine and I want to be able to wear a sundress so that you can feel your skin feeling free to soak up the sun, to feel the heat of the sun on your arms and on your legs and on the head. Maybe you want to have a light breeze so you can wear clothes that feel really fitted and close to you and move with you and feel really comfortable, to stretch with you. You can feel really at ease in your body and confident and flowing. Next, you could feel your body relaxed, or you could feel your body taut and tense and running. You could enjoy the company that you're in. Let it be perfect for you, so that the company that you are in is deep and delving and connected, inquiring, and filling your need for true connection, and appreciate the quality of the time together. Or tell us that you want a light and fun and just a surface level connection, full of laughter and nothing in particular. You can have the food that you like to eat to be really, really, really fulfilling, luxurious, rich and tasty. You want to eat one excellent meal a day because it is so fulfilling that you just don't want to eat anything else. And in all the finer details, there is a texture, a weight, a feeling, a sensation. There is intricate details in every single part of your energy that runs through your body, radiates and talks to us. Your body is talking. Your body speaks. It is the barometer of what you want and what your soul wants. The sketch of your request is knowingly vague. It is just an outline of the artist at work. You tend to actually just ask very broad level questions and requests, like a big brushstroke going across the canvas. I would like to have a nice day. I would like to have a nice car. I would like to have nice clothes. I would like to lose weight. I would like to feel better. I would like to have a boyfriend. What you are saying is lacking colour and shading and texture, or activating the senses. And that's what we, the collective, read, and that's what we understand. When Fiona does a reading, she reads the colour, the texture, the images, the taste, the senses, the frequency, the vibration, the hum and the rhythm of what it is that you're asking, or what it is that we're showing, so that she can translate it back. We are waiting for very specific and much more detail. Paint the picture in colour and paint it with lots of numbers. So we're thanking Raphael today for card number 5, which in the whole deck is card number 21. These readings then go on to YouTube, and once the cards are printed, you can then go and look at any one of the number and have me read that to you, so that you get into the vibration of what it is that this card is all about, what this message is all about. Messages, messages, messages. Messages come to us in so many ways. Your body is a barometer for your messages. Whatever you're feeling and sensing in your environment is a message to you. A number plate, a time on your watch. All these things are fun ways of getting messages to you that we, the angels, God, the universe, source, is talking to you, to your soul as the human, what's coming up for you next, what it is that you need to clear. My throat is aching. Feel into your body, understand the messages that are coming through. This is all going to be done, by the way, in a course from the dragons, and it is initially to prepare you how to feel. Your body is speaking. How do you feel? The ultimate body connection. How are you feeling? How are you navigating? How are you mastering your feelings so that you can know this is a good person to work with, this is a good direction to go in. So you start reading your environment. The second card, we had so many people. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, everybody, for listening in and tuning into the dragon cards. Sovereign was the second card that I had so many requests for in all the groups that I posted this image in. So Sovereign is a very, oh God, they're all special, but Sovereign's kind of in the middle of the pack. She's card number 5. She's dragon number 5. And she's a very specific dragon that calls you back to your soul, that calls you back to the values of your soul. Do you know what your soul values more than anything? Do you know the essence that she requires to live by, like her code of conduct? This is when you are letting your soul all the way through. Sovereign has a very specific energy. She is so, I'm being told to say unspoiled. She is so pure in the soul energy. She allows your soul to come through. When you are in your soul, your sovereign essence, your sovereign state, nothing can touch you. You are home in your safe energy, in your sweet spot. You're in your creative bubble. You can go forward and do anything. Your energy is very specific and very different, and very pure. She has a very regal sense about her. You will stand very upright when you have allowed your soul in, and you're emanating the essence of your soul in everything that you do. Ooh, it was a strong one, wasn't it? So, what card would you like me to read about remembering that we are to be in our sovereign state, that we are a soul having a human experience? Oh, okay. She says card number 7. Let's just see what that is all about. All right. Okay, so this is card number 39, but 7 of this particular deck. This particular dragon has 8 messages. They all have 8 messages. There are 8 dragons. Each of them have 8 specific messages about the evolution of the population. They're showing you where you're at and where you need to go to next. So this code of conduct, to be with Sovereign, just ask for the energy that you need. Formulate your ask, refine it, and create a new spell. So close your eyes, listen to the message that's coming through. This is your sovereign state. This is your energy. This is when you're having soul-to-soul communication. This is when you're listening from your soul, your heart and your soul. You're letting it resonate through your whole body, and that's when you are standing in your power. Emerging from being unaware, you will be faced with situations that you will know that you can just ask. Ask for anything and be answered. There will be a conflict happening and you will need a lot of energy to navigate that successfully, so you can ask. You will need energy to make your mind stronger and your thoughts clearer. Now, not so that you will win the conflict, but so that you can understand and you can get both. Get the best out of the situation. And that can take a lot of energy if your focus is unclear. So get focused and ask. So asking for the exact energy needed could be really helpful so that you can have a clear focus to see it from a different perspective, to take it from an energetic point of view rather than a battle to be won or lost. Okay. There is one power. This is life force energy flowing all the way through you. And I, as a human, as a soul with a spirit, am equal to that power. I am of the same power. Therefore, I, state your name, Fiona, Roma, Robertson, am requesting that this conflict be resolved for the good of all. According to free will, I want to release all cause and effect, manifestation, form and essence of anything, including any idea or belief that this conflict is based and is now feeding on. According to free will, and so it is. So you can state a little spell in your words, because after all, words carry energy. Then you can ask if you can have a long day ahead of you and you're operating a car or operating a computer and you need to be alert. Or if you're catching trains and you need to travel, you will need a different kind of energy. Long-lasting energy to keep you alert and concentrated and keep you on track. Keep your energy buffered from negative environments, because you are around so many different kind of people with so many different kind of thoughts and feelings of their own. You have an opportunity to play now. The old ways are breaking down, of being oblivious and unaware in any way. And the ways of living are certainly changing, if you like it or not. As soon as you start to use and understand and love the way that energy works, it becomes harder for you to do the old ways. As soon as you start to use and understand and love the ways of energy, listen to this again, it becomes harder for you to use the old ways, the old structures, the old planning, the old linear way of doing things, because you don't want to give it that much force and energy and effort, because it's exhausting. So there is a time when you are going between one and the other. And this is what is meant by your ability to create. By setting up your day energetically and taking care of your energy throughout the day. It's a constant flow of narrations of questions or requests with your soul. She is integrated and entwined in everything that you do. When I'm talking to my clients, it's often that they've forgotten to ask for help or ask for that to be integrated, or even show their soul what it is that they're trying to achieve. They just go forward into work and just sit down and start plodding away and never actually get to what's the intention behind all of this. The way of living you will find more playful, and which is very different to setting up a plan and sticking to the plan when you are in your sovereign state. Sovereign state, remember, you ask. I'm making a note here because there's something that came up in that reading for me. So hopefully you heard what you needed to hear from Sovereign. Sovereign is a very specific dragon. All of the dragons have a very clear underlying message, foundations. And Sovereign's is involve and integrate your soul. If you don't know how to do that, if you want more information about how you feel into that, how you feel into your creations, let me know. I have programs and processes that allow you to feel into what's going on, to feel into who you are as a soul, and start that communication so that you're actually getting what it is that you came here to do. But before we do what we came here to do, we have to clear away a lot of debris. And this is where the soul really can help. She's talking to you all the time. She's intervening in your life, whether you like it or not. And she's showing you the way forward. Brilliant. Okay. We can move on to Bloom. And in the meantime, while Bloom is getting ready, putting a pretty pink wink on, because Bloom is very much about playfulness and her energy is so expansive. She is unapologetically wild and growing and frivolous and playful. She really is on the other side, and she really, really wants you to kind of like explore and be inquisitive and curious and just really love life and let that whole life energy flow all the way through you. If you're looking for a snapshot reading and having the dragons looking into your life, then I do these readings for, at the moment, 164. These are really finishing off then finding out what's at the root cause of whatever's going on for you, having a look into your health, having a look into your money, having a look into your finances, your job, your career, and your key beloved relationships. So you get a snapshot of what's going on. And then we have a little face-to-face about what that's all about and where you can move forward with the Dragons coaching. If you're looking for a specific question to be answered, it could be to do with your career. It could be to do with the direction. It could be to do with the big decision that you have to make. The Dragons are brilliant, actually, at letting you see things very, very clearly. These readings really are looking at what's consuming you, what's your biggest struggle, and how to navigate around that so that you're not torn up and tossed around in all of that all of the time. Those are €640. Bloom is here. Bloom is here. She is the pink dragon. She's usually winking. She's usually having fun. She's usually cheeky. As I said, unapologetic. She really is all about enhancing your feelings. Yeah, really amplifying what your creation is, all to do with your feelings, your frequency of feeling. So Bloom, what is it? Which card is it that you would like me to look at today? Oh, 3. Okay, so that we can get into the reading for so many people. Also, my goodness, you like pink and purple this week, don't you? So, okay, so home inside your aura, your safety bubble. This is something that is one of the first codes of the protocol that the Dragons talk about. You can't move forward in your life and shed your 3D skin unless you feel safe to do so. One of the main things that they have shown me is how you can feel safe anytime, any place, anywhere. I know that's the slogan for Martini, but they really want you to know that you can feel safe anytime, any place, anywhere. Take your head out of the game, feel your way forward, know that it's just energy that you're feeling, and explore with your energy, explore with how you feel. Let's go a little bit wilder, let's go a little bit bigger. This is so different to going through with a plan. So your safety bubble, home inside your aura and your safety bubble is what Bloom wants to talk to you about today. This is card 43 of the whole deck, and that card number 3 of all the specific messages that Bloom has for you. Should you find yourself becoming lost in a swirling disaster of new dramas or bad old memories, simply come home. Come home to that space where time stands still, and into the space where you can step quickly into yourself and allow you to feel you. Go back to how you want to feel: adventurous, playful, cheeky, a little bit of a scallywag. Then once home, you can explore feeling into that person, or into that space, or into that event. When you are home, you are out of the drama zone and in your neutrality bubble. And why would you ever leave that? Because that's your safe place. That's where you belong. That's the energy that you want to radiate all the time. You can still act as you from inside your bubble, and you can still have all your full range of feelings engaged. You maybe for a while feel that you are responding a little bit slower, a little bit more purposefully, a little bit more like you're feeling your way forwards. This is just altering yourself to your surroundings, but you can feel, you can still feel, so you can feel what's going on in your environment. So you can also go into the feeling and asking into situations without being overwhelmed. If you step out of the bubble, you can easily be overwhelmed. So why not just stay in your bubble? Learn to operate from the bubble. You have a very thin membrane, something like, you can imagine like a spider's web, golden web around you, or a layer of an onion skin, or like even a bubble. You know, you have this all the way around you. Your bubble's around you and creates a safe place within your aura for you to operate from and through. Simply decide what you want to feel and what you don't want to feel. And that can be part of your intention to set up your day and revisit that during the day. to filter out what you don't want to feel. So every time you take a drink, or every time you go to the toilet, or every time you go to the kitchen, or every time you do something in specific order, you can just think, okay, recalibrate. What is it that I want to feel? What don't I want to feel? So you're always bringing yourself back into yourself, making sure that you're taking this from inside your bubble. What do I want? What do I feel about this? How am I reacting to this? The spider's web, the golden leaf bubble, the golden net bubble, is to be cleaned thoroughly every now and again. There is a lot of debris that can be attracted to you and that needs to be washed off. Just like a space needs to be cleaned and dusted off from energetic situations, people and events that come to you and in contact with. So imagine going down the street or in the tube or at work or in the office or whenever you're around family members and there's some naysayers, there's some negative people and there's like complainers around. Imagine your bubble all nice and clean and then clop, clap, plop. All this energy, because you don't want that to come in and affect you. It's getting on your energy. It's got like all these post-it notes or all these notes and scribbles and graffiti all over your gorgeous clear bubble. Imagine a dirty window that hasn't been cleaned in ages, all tarnishing your view and stopping you radiating out. And sometimes it just won't allow you or allow the good energy to come in because it's so clogged. So you need to go and you need to take care of your own energy every now and again to clean it. This is your peaceful place, a safe place where you can take anywhere with you, albeit from the inside of you and what you project out. You know that you're safe. Can you imagine being in that state all the time? Every interaction that you have and every place that you go, you feel like you have the whole galaxy in your heart. You have so much support for you. It's overflowing and it's amazing. Can you imagine this fountain just coming up and just surrounding you all the time? And it is just so clean and pure and loving. Very loving, very supportive. And nothing can touch you when you're inside this bubble. When you're inside this bubble, you draw towards you the people that you would love to meet, who would love to meet you, finding that you have so much time and activities that fulfill you, the ease and the calm that you see and experience, and simply you're untouched anymore by the lower vibrations, the hatred, the blame, the fear, the victim. You live and you love and everything above. Whenever you think of and intend is available for you to materialize, you will feel at peace, the relaxed state of your body, how light you feel, practically floating. And that is what is possible when you live from inside your bubble. Oh, this is all about shedding your 3D skin. This is all about getting rid of all the stuff in your cellular memory that you're holding on to so that you can come to the edge of the rainbow and just go, enough already. I'm ready. I'm going to fly. I'm going through these gates. I'm going through this doorway, this portal, and I intend to fly from now on and not be held down. Sometimes we plop in and out of both states, which is normal as a human being. We tend to forget what's going on. But after a while, you know, because you're so practiced, that you can navigate your way through any situation from this safe place. The fourth card, the most the most sunny, sunshine day, the brightest day you can imagine, is coming towards you. Her name is Utopia. She has the energy of pure sunshine. If you've chosen Utopia, imagine that your feet are off the ground. You never need to go through the dark night of the soul ever again. You never need to experience all the hardship and all the struggle. Utopia is there specifically to show you that you never need to land back in that crap, in that dross, in that shit Again, when you come from things with a different perspective, when you're more focused, when you're choosing your energy, when you're living inside your bubble, it's like Utopia shows us that she never lands on Earth ever again. She never settles her wings. She's always flying, hovering, floating, gliding above, soaring above everything. And she never has to put her feet back on the earth and get back into the dirt and the grime and get caught up in the brambles and sludge through the thick, sticky crap that we go through when we're in our dense energy. So in other words, you're in a different state. So this is Utopia, and Utopia's message today, okay, quite sincere about card number 6. Okay. Again, you're being reminded to just ask. This is the second time a similar request is coming up. So Utopia's message today: support for you in all things. And this is card number 62, nearly at the end of the pack, and her card number 6. So this is when you have the feeling of being enlightened because you just never drop back into the heavy stuff again. There is support for all things. Just ask. When this new evolution of humanity, you get to experience that you are not alone, nor have you ever been alone, and are always far from alone. The evidence has been laid out before you in every circumstance that you have ever experienced. Now, you need to start believing that this is what you needed for your higher good. And you are also able to remember to ask for assistance in how you can experience what you want to change so that you can move past the next situation and then the next and then the next. You can just adjust the focus of your thoughts, make a small tweak in your energy, and the support that is available for you can flood in for you to see clearly. Can you feel and acknowledge that you are supported and that your soul has intervened in your life to set you on track, to move you forward and orchestrate the circumstances for your benefit, for your highest good, and to bring you here where you are? There is a need for you to strongly believe now, a need to step into your new, accepting, evolved self with this new understanding, holding on to a new, deeper comprehension and taking a leap of faith. There is a new creation for you that is appearing just ahead and just around the corner that comes from the invisible, imaginary realm to further support you. You are the creator and are supported in all things. Can you feel that sensation growing inside you of how much your soul loves you and wants the very best for you and is supporting you in all things? Can you find the feeling of your soul within your body and how your body and mind alter themselves once present and connected to this state? Aligned, united, connected, everything is working in your favor. And as you believe that your soul has intervened in your life for a very good reason, for your highest good, knowing your soul has your back and supported you in all things, and your soul is there as always to support you through the good and the tough times, no differently, know that we, spirit in all our forms, are there to support your soul having her life experience in a physical body. No matter what the situation, you may ask, please ask for support, ask for help. It can be simply worded, for example, you know how to do this, please show me how. And wait and listen for your soul to bring you the answer. Your heightened intuition brings you clear and concise answers or actions to follow directly. The soul's intervention in your life with the circumstance that seems to be your human personality to be rather frustrating. They've come in at this time by this exact nature to assist you. to come to believe, to know and trust yourself as a supported soul. The situation itself, the trouble, the problem, the conflict that you struggle with can be altered with a few new focuses of your thoughts, feelings and energy vibration. There is a new opportunity just ahead to reach for, and this situation asks you now to go ahead and create, ask for support, and to expect assistance as if by practical magic. Say what you want and remain focused on the feeling that you want to experience. Trust that the invisible realms have heard you, and watch as it becomes real in your physical world. As your imagined creation drops into form, into the physical world that you live in. Remember, your imagination gave birth to the idea and now wants to be alive and come to life and been with you as much as you want to be with it. You allow that to happen when you focus your thoughts and energy and actions towards what it is that you are creating, your intention, what it is that you are creating for the good of all. Remember the spell. According to free will, and so it is. What is it that you are creating? You have support for all things. Nothing is withheld from you. You are capable of having everything. Just as a human, we tend to forget, or we tend to flip and flop between the two worlds, going into creation and then going back to survival. The whole purpose of the dragons is to help you stop flipping and flopping about and choose to be the creator of your own environment. I love doing these readings. I love that the dragons came to me and have given me these specific, rather long messages, but really heartfelt and really powerful when you listen to the messages and when you start acting on the messages that you've been given. It is an extremely powerful experience to let go of the old dimensions, to let go of the old paradigm, to let yourself do things in a very non-linear way, which means that you're listening to your intuition. My name is Fiona Robertson, and the dragons came to me in the year 2000, and I was woken up by a voice that says, do you want to still be doing this in 5 years' time? And my reaction was no. And I was in the process of going through a separation, separating from the business that we ran together, the house that we ran together. And I was really surprised that I said, no, I don't want this anymore. And then the voice of my dragon soul came back and said, do you want to be doing this in 3 years' time? No, I don't. Do you want to be doing this in 1 year's time? No, I absolutely don't want to be doing this. So that's what sent me on a whole new trajectory and transformed me into listening to the dragons, following what the dragons are saying, following my soul, and putting myself out there in the fact that I was communicating instead, purposefully, what it is that I wanted to create. And that's how houses came about, that's how partners came about, that's how changing relationships with ex, finances, and all the rest of it changed, because I let go of the shell, the skin of the 3D human, and allowed myself to radiate out as the 5D. And this is the whole purpose of what the dragons are teaching us. Yeah, it's our code of conduct. It's a code of conduct to move into the 5D realm. So thank you very much for being here. I shall tag everybody who asked for a reading. If you want a specific reading for a specific question, I do that. If it's to do with your business, your love life, whatever particular area, I just tune into the dragons and we look into your world. They send me the vibration and I translate that the same as I did when they talked to me about doing the cards, so that we can just help you step further forward into who you are. They give these away every now and again. They gave away 5 at Christmas time, but normally, because they're long readings and also there's face-to-face meetings afterwards, you can have a quick preview, which is 164, or you can have a full-on asking your specific questions, and we can have 3 follow-ups with that as well, asking specific questions as to what it is that you want answers to. And as we're all going through this shift in energy at the moment, we all need certain things answered, don't we? We all need to find out why we're feeling this in our body, or why this is not working in our business, or why is this relationship not working. Because we are in the process of shifting. We are in the process of transforming. And that is all the messages from the dragons. That is what they're here for. That's what they're here to help you do. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for listening. Very happy that you're here. Very happy that you're liking the dragons. Please let me know what came through for you with the dragon that you chose. How does it alter your perception of your reality so that you're owning it, you're expressing it, and you're understanding exactly what your next step will be. So just keep it alive, listen, but also act on what you're getting. Lots of love. I'll see you again next week.